Ooh, too shaky.
Stone's going to be backing out, getting away southbound here. Reserve, CCI reserve, get away southbound.
Parker northbounder, San Amos Point, Mayor Parker.
Get this girl there, bro.
Jordan, kick the loop that stern tie back there on the big. Like all these big, you kick that stern tie, correct?
A lot of extra rigging. They got a rolling top bunch of rigging. We dropped, what, 10? We dropped like 14 barges there.
Yeah, right, 1308.
The water just looks green looking water.
We drop all the shit back so we can get one ass down there. Like I said, we gotta catch this one fill that each couples to tack it in. So I can get them up there, get everybody.
shakes too much for that.
Oh, there.
We got a few southbounders coming back here.
Huh?
Get out of here before
It's old Paul at there, the Austin.
I have to deal with them. Tension a little bit, get out driving, and then
Cam's back, we flipping around, going on dock here, marathon. Cam's back. Yeah, John, Sammy Outlaw. Yeah, this is Anecdote. This is Steve Ward's Brandon again. Steve Ward just hit me on it. Where? That was it. The old Brandon Buchanan. Oh, that's it. Alright, I thought it was. Y'all have a good one, man. Oh, Robert, hope you too. That's right. Good looking boat, man. Y'all got that thing looking good. And I'm doing, thanks. Alright, bro. Kevin Allen, Bunker County.
Don't sure take a start.
Thanks,
Don't get over. Find that other load on the tube, we'll get off.
Right, no, the two vessels up on the blue slate.
Yeah, they tell us know what I'm doing. All right.
Alright, but thank you. At about Texas Star Bell, take right behind this all sorry. Right to the river.
Debbie, I'm gonna take a star. I'm gonna work it on over there for you, so I'll give you a little more room cap. I'll see you on the tube.
Alright, do this one work. I'm going right there, CCI. So if you need anything different, we need to hold up, whatever you need, man.
Man, I'm gonna slide over here towards this east bank, so I'm gonna give you some room, get around the buoys a little better.
Alright.
Thanks, John.
Kinda cool.
There's 2 forward aft stack couplers, 1 scissor. We'll catch 1 scissor right where you at, Kenny, tack it in, and 1 head tie.
Later, southbound, Williamsburg.
Step across there, but it walk up, give us a hand. Oh, we got a couple lines to catch. Oh, if you can't, I'll let you step across right there. GDS Street, northbound, come around Bonnet Carré Point, and GD Free.
Judy will be on a 2 for you, Kim.
Good night, you're 2 with.
A good one.
Go ahead and lace that string all the way up. You're the one come up there, give y'all a hand, whatever Rico needs to throw off. And when all that's done, so when he comes in, all we gotta do is tack him in. Well, leave him up after that, but we can get shit done, what's up and down.
Stone strip is everything.
Over to Debbie Owen.
Hey, man, I'm gonna swing around somebody on the wall, you know?
Yeah, Roger, come on by on the one.
Yeah, pay me out low or something. See on two. If that wind bothers you, I can jump on the other side, whatever that do, we fine. See on two, yeah, 10.
Kevin Allen, bunker thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you going on the inside right there? Roger, I'm going all the way to the bank. I just pulled them back now that I'm across the out the ship traffic. You go ahead and get on in there.
Causeway North, I'll take Steve, she's all yours.
Stone strip is a W.
Here's the south. Over to Debbie Owen.
Hey, man, I'm gonna pull it back cruising speed. We ain't gonna outrun you, but yeah, I'm gonna stay behind.
Hey, Roger, that'll work. How far you heading down there, Cap?
We go down to camp, man.
Okay, Roger.
Where you going?
Yeah, we get down here below Triangle Fleet. I'll pull them back and get you on around. We're going to be heading Upper St. Rose.
Just keep running, Skipper. Don't worry, keep running.
Roger.
That bell stone straight.
Come on, come on.
If I keep coming by you on my two there, buddy.
Yeah. This is like what I couldn't tell them. We ain't making. Yeah, come on.
Roger,
I
keep
ain't pushing on making anything. I'm just a one, so. All right, man, I'll keep her over here wide. I'll let you know, bye.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna outrun her, but we ain't making no speed. I spinning my wheels all I was doing for no apparent reason.
Get back to our cruising speed. It just I was like, we only got 3 wide. I'm gonna fly, but and that boat's making about 6. I figured I'd just get all around him when I cut out. Once we got that one boat past, I figured I'd shoot around him, but because he wasn't going but 6 mile an hour, 5.5, 6. And I got in here and it's just so slacky. That's about To get around him, I was having to drive. I could pass him up and want to drive hard, but we're not trying to drive real. I mean, there's no need and all that. So I put her back to our cruising speed. Get her back to our cruising speed and see he's actually outrunning me now. I'll get a little space between us. So I'm not, just right up on his stern. Give him a little room, and then I'll get up for the trouble. Yeah, I told him I was going to come around, and I stepped it up, and then it really was not. I was making maybe a half mile an hour faster than him, and that was running harder. So I pulled her back. Had to get around us. Little traffic today, nothing crazy. I mean, it's just like this, just trying to judge where I'm going to run in a little string of boats here, find my spot.
Y'all ready for me to start eating it up there,
So anyway, that's what we got.
Like you said, they catching the head of the ball that you will be falling into now. Once they catch it, I just stay leaning up on you. Like you said, we get you tagged in, so you behind me. Looks like a court back there.
Oh, I ain't worried about that. I was just checking, see if y'all was ready for me, man. I started eating up there.
Security, hello stations. This is U.S. Coast Guard Sector New Orleans, Louisiana. U.S. Coast Guard Sector New Orleans, Louisiana. We're securing information broadcast regarding a possibly submerged object in the vicinity of Madisonville Bridge. Switch channel 22 level 157.1 megahertz. Out.
Well, I got about 400 foot to come up.
What y'all doing, Kenny? There's a breast eye right there. Catching some big shit.
Barry Parker, there's a lady of perpetual healing. Yeah, I just coming around the ACR my fleet here, Beach on 2 was.
I just read through the chat comments. All I gotta say, it was too much, man. It's just too much. It was too much for me to answer.
All right, you need to slow it down, give you a chance to get out of there, or what?
I can tell. I've got a lot of new viewers. I can tell that. I get a lot of repeat questions, which I don't mind. I get it. I think this morning I was really in deep thought about the question I get all the time, and I've even made a video, and I used to get frustrated with it, and I realized how deep is the Mississippi River? And what that, that seems like a simple, just the simplest of simple questions. How deep is the Mississippi River? But to some, why that is such a hard question for me to answer is because that is specifically what my job is. And, you know, to know how deep, how deep it is in what spots, that's what my career has entailed. And to try to break that down into just one sentence or one answer, that frustrated me because it seemed you know, somebody asked that simple a question. It seems like I should easily be able to answer that, but there's nothing that I can say that satisfy my need to give that answer. I guess that's why I think I've said before. I just start telling people 30 feet. It's 30 feet deep. Since it's running low water now, we're running. It's 20. It's 20 feet. Since we're extreme low water, I'm gonna start saying it's 20 feet.
That's fine, Cap. Come on with it, folks.
It's. Oh yeah. Yeah, how deep is the Mississippi River? Oh, and somebody want to know if the locks down here are bigger than they are on the Ohio, because up on the Ohio they're just 3x5. They can only hold 15 barge tows. And down here, they're not on the Mississippi River down here. We do not. It's not. There's not a lock from if you're coming out of the Ohio. Then I'm slipping now. Olmsted's your last lock, and if you're coming out of the upper, then St. Louis Lock 27 is your last lock, because it's freewheeling open water down here. Now you go the Port Allen route or Algiers down here, or industrial, or you know, the three lock, or even upriver, the old river, or even if you go up the Arkansas River, there's locking rivers going up that way, each way, east and west or whatever, but not, yeah, it's open water down south. Anyway. Yeah, it's a little bit of. I noticed it this morning when we took off from 164. A little traffic. Things are busy down here. I don't know, you know, what kind of busy, but things are moving. It seemed like maybe it's just when I backed out and get underway, I jump in a hive of traffic. But last night, this morning, coming around college, there was a lot of traffic. And nothing crazy. I mean, it with these conditions, the river, it's just like driving in. Like lake water. I said last night, it's like those long, big dead pools up above Louisville. You know, the McAlpine pool or the Candleton pool. You know, it's just the way it is. You've got, if you're stopped legging against the bank somewhere, you can see that there is a little bit of current, but it's really nothing significant. And sorry about the radios. You just get used to it down here. I've got one over here. We got 16, 67. And then I've got one on 61 with that crew, and then I'll swap over when we get down by the fleet here in a little while. But see, I just kind of cooled it off a little bit, let him space. I don't want to be right up on his stern. But yeah, I jumped out there thinking we was gonna make. I was thinking I'd make 8 mile an hour, just 3 wide. But it's so. Yeah, it's like water.
Staying out there with you in the water, Kenny?
And we're going all the way down to right above. I think no, actually, we're going down. Our first pickups are down below Algiers, so we'll be going down past. We'll be going down past New Orleans when we come back north or starting our northbound. We gotta go down there and grab some barges. Look, y'all, I'm being slow and steady and deliberate with my hand. Oh man, I see a little shake now. Yeah, I had to feel some of my comments had a suggestion about me jerking my camera around and about my jerky camera. I've said it before. I'll say it again. We're camera or equipment upgrade upcoming, but on the live stream it doesn't have the stabilization settings that it has for video. So there's that. But usually I'm showing what I'm looking at. I mean, I know that I don't have a polished look on my videos and all that. I try to get better with my camera movement, but I've said it before, man. I'm driving a boat. This is job one. My YouTube channel and video pictures is not my priority at all. When I'm up here driving a boat. So there's that. But I do like to catch some of the stuff we see, man. It's just neat. That being said, I'm always trying to improve. I'm conscious of it, so I'll try to be better. The chat's not showing up on my, I gotta read the chat over here. See, y'all, that's how I roll. Oh, let me scan down here. About only that's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions. Yes, click, yeah, that's the plan. We'll go down and we drop all these go down to 2-lane fleet down around Kenner Bend. That one right there goes to Azalea fleet and down the lower end of Kenner Bend. I get down below Kenner Bend and then we'll light boat down to, I think it's Miro. I can't remember. Down there below Algiers where our first pickups are. And that may change. It's all subject to change. But right now, that's kind of what it's looking like. Man, I'm going to get up out of here. I'm riding till, I've got a week from today. So I was thinking I was going to get off down here somewhere. Actually, I figured I'd get off upriver somewhere. I didn't think we'd make it down. I mean, with the closures and stuff when we were up above Greenville. But we've got these 25, we're going to have 25 loads. I think a bunch of it. Oh, somebody was asking what we had. What all we brought down there. Let me pull it up and see what I can find. Let's pick it up. Yeah, about what I figured. A lot of rice. Rice and soybeans. See? Look. Those all those Greenville barges, all rice. One soybean. That was Osceola pickup though. Those are rice. We had a lot of rice, y'all. We had a lot of rice. Coon-ass cornflakes. We had barge loads of coon-ass cornflakes. That's a lot of rice. And I'm not sure what the test weight is on rice to figure out how many bushel, but I'm figuring we probably had, I don't know, because they're running light. So maybe, what is that, 900 ton per barge? Maybe more, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna say 900 or 1,000 at the most, probably loaded. I may be way off on that, y'all. We'll say 1,000 ton per barge. So yeah, and then figure your test. I don't know what does rice weigh. I don't know what rice weighs per bushel. Is it comparable to wheat and corn? I don't know if it weighs 60 pounds, 50 pounds a bushel. It might. It's probably as dense as wheat. So I'm thinking. I'm gonna say probably about 50 pounds a bushel. So do the math. That's how many bushel we had. Somebody says, "Oh, I saw that question earlier." Somebody wants to know, Cab Kyle, since you prefer second watch, don't you miss out eating meals in the crew lounge? Number one, you can eat in the crew lounge anytime. But here's the deal: on the boat, the cook generally we watch change top of the hour, so 5 and 11 we watch change. So the cook's got food ready to go, breakfast, 5 to 5:30 down there. She's got things ready to go, and from 11:30 from 11 to 11:30, and then same thing in the evening, 5 to 5:30. So that's kind of that's the window. The guys coming on watch, so, they'll go eat, and then they'll relieve their man. It's I say that about it fluctuates from guy to guy. Me and my man relieve each other at the top of the hour. So at 5 o'clock and 11 o'clock twice a day, me and him relieve each other. And, I get up. Usually then that's up to me what I do. Generally, I'm up I don't sleep as much towards the end of a trip. I don't sleep as much. I kind of really have to force myself to sleep a little bit. I incorporated a little physical activity that might help with that. But, yeah, I usually wake up about it. I try my hardest. It's best to, as soon as I get off watch, I'm usually already starting to go through my head and focus and wind down, to where I go downstairs, and if I'm really hungry, I prefer not to eat and lay down. But if I do need to grab a quick bite, I'll grab, on this back watch in the morning, I'll run down and grab me bacon, sometimes a biscuit, and then, I'll lay down, and even my wife can attest to that. I can be asleep real quick. When I lay down, I turn my phones on airplane mode or do not disturb mode, and I roll over. I've got podcasts that I listen to, kind of like they're my little bedtime stories, I guess, if you want to say. And I listen to. I've got a few specific podcasts because of the people that have them. What stuff you should know with Josh and Chuck, those two. It's just their style and stuff. They can put me to sleep, and usually I'll put them on and I'll set it for 15 minutes to shut off, and usually I'm asleep. Sometimes before I even hear what the subject, the first advertisement in the podcast, I'll be asleep. So within the first minute's ideal. So, yeah. I want to be lights out asleep by 5:30 is ideally. Usually it's closer to 6 in the morning, and then and then I'll sleep till I set my alarms at 5:30. I mean at 10:30, but usually I'm up before. If a trip's going good and I'm sleeping well, I don't have to have anybody wake me up, or I don't even have to use an alarm. I usually wake up early if I'm sleeping good, if I get down. That was probably the biggest key. If I could advise my advice to young guys, young pilots, over anything to do with handling a boat, get your sleep schedule down, man. It's the best practice for me was when I went to shutting it down, get down there and get to bed ASAP. That way, you get to sleep. When I was young, I used to sit down there and mess around, and I was always watching the clock. Oh, I can sleep 4 hours. I get 4 hours of sleep. and you stay and mess with stuff, watching a show, do this, that, and the other. I'll get 3 hours. That'll be enough. And you just, next thing you know, you're trying to get your off watch in 1 hour of sleep, and you run into problems. You run into problems with that. It'll start accumulating on you, and then you start wearing out real quick. That's kind of how that goes. Well, I got into the detail on that, didn't I? We are putting. I'm going to step her up a little bit. I just wanted to get those guys out far enough ahead so I wouldn't just right on his stern. But we're really actually running up pretty close to the same speed, almost. Exactly, so. See, I had her pull back a little bit. We'll get her. But this is where we're headed. We're headed down towards Laplace. That's Laplace down that way, or down around the turn a little ways. And then Bonnet Carre Point right there. Then on down around the turn, we've got Bonnet Carre Spillway. So that's what we got. Laplace, 35-mile point, Bonnet Carre, Honville, the bridge, and then down to where we're going. Down to Kennerbend area, down the 2-lane fleet, with all those except for that one. That one drops at Azalea. Man, they got a bunch of rigging out there too. They'll be rolling in town, all that stuff. Folks want to say how we lash these together. We lash them together with all that rigging down there. We call it wired. They're steel cables, and when you hear me say wiring up, the terminology, it's just different. But those are 35-foot wires. See, that's a 35-foot wire, and then there's a chain strap, a hula hoop strap with a chain, and then a ratchet, and it's threaded on both sides there. See, it's threaded on each side, so you turn that and it'll close it up. You hook each end of your wire, so you got a fitting right there. Will go like on something here, and your wire will, well, let me do it the other way. So there it is. See, you've got your chain strap right here and your ratchet. See how that one's laying there open, but that one's hooked in each end, and then it's got a wire wrapped around there, and then they tighten it up and it pulls that tight. Well, that was pretty good. That turned out decent. I'm sure the wind probably, hopefully, I don't know if the wind messed up that or not, but that's the idea. That's the idea. Basically, that's the key right there, is that, the ratchet, where it's threaded. See, it's a threaded barrel. It's got threads there, and when you tighten that thing up, it'll, like a big wire tightener, except for big steel cables. We have them set up all through here to work. That's just one composite unit. See, I can steer on this thing, and that stuff stays solid. It moves as one piece. If it wiggles, then the guys need to get out there and they go tighten it up, because you do not want stuff wiggling. If it wiggles out there, then it'll break. So being tight, being one solid unit, that's the way that works. Why we push and not pull? I mean, that's kind of simple. Think about any vessel. I watched a video on that, on the propulsion systems that's out set up, but think about it. You've got your thrust behind the wheel. If you've got something out there, it's going to be thrust, it's not efficient. Just think of this as a big outboard boat, and this is just the motor, and that's the bow part or the boat part, and we're just the outboard part of it. You know, just think about it. It's always seemed logical to me. If we were pulling it on a line out in front of you, and then you're southbound and you got current, you know, stopping it becomes an issue. So it just seems, you know, your propulsion is the thrust. It's propulsion out that way. Whereas if you did it on a barge, you're going to have, you know, I don't know. It seems real intuitive to me. But I get it. I get the question. Oh, somebody wants to know what these are. Those are searchlights, twist searchlights. See, we've got ones on the side. Those are electric. I can change. Well, see, I can move that electric. These are ones that are up top, and they're twist. When you see me moving that around, and these I prefer. These are kind of preferred. You really can reach out there. That's what those are. Yeah, here, I'll show you. These that go up there. Control that, see? Searchlight. I think we got one on each side. Right there, see? Good size. So that's a small one. That's a bigger one. See, just for size comparison. That's kind of old school. It's not like those xenon bulbs that's more like a stage light, I think. I don't know. It's old school. It works. Just different beam. The ones up top I don't think that's an adjustable beam. I think that's the deal. These others, I've got adjustable beams. Yeah, those searchlights. Hey, somebody, I've had somebody ask me what the candle power were on them, like compared to like your searchlights you get at a sports shop. That's totally different. I don't know. The bulbs, I know those xenon bulbs, like those ones up top, just the bulbs alone are like $1,500, I think, for a bulb. They're, yeah. And it's really, you got to use like cotton gloves. You can't touch those bulbs because if you get oil from your hands on the bulb, it'll when it'll blow the bulb up. Anyway, that's what I've heard. I don't mess with it. I leave that to the experts. Our radar and electronic guys handle searchlights, stuff like that. I don't mess with it. Back in the day, we had the carbon. Now I have changed carbons before. On that lowest end, we had a carbon searchlight, which had two looked like big chief pencils they were carbon pieces about like that big and about as big around as a big chief pencil, and they had these brackets on this deal that would feed together, but you'd have to put them in there. You'd have to put them in there, not touching, but almost, and then they would arc in between and burn down those carbon lights. And it was inside of a deal like that to where it had reflection and stuff. Anyway, those were the old school lights that they use, old carbon lights. So you're pushing 3? No, we're pushing 2, 4, 600 foot. They're 200 foot long, so we're 600 foot long right here. 600 foot, and 105 foot wide, 35 and 35. And there you go. That's 400 foot, 6 and 6. Yeah.
Tell me how long freedom won't. Tell me how long freedom won't.
I haven't seen a LED. I've never seen an LED that can focus like that. But I've seen the Xeons. Though I've seen somebody says LEDs for a searchlight. I haven't seen anything. Not to say that there's not. I just hadn't seen. Now you got me curious. That would. Yeah. Oh yeah, they run. And as far as being efficient, because those things run some power. The transformer, whatever. When I switch them on, you can hear it just boom. You can hear them. Anyway. Got a nice day out. Real nice. We'll be, let's see. Azalea, no, I don't have, there's Azalea fleet. Yeah, I told you about the. Yeah, 4 hours, 3.5 hours down to Azalea, so about what, 3 hours? 2.5 hours down to, let's see. Here we go around. Yeah. Let's see where that two-lane fleet. Hell, not upper end. So, yeah, about 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. Something like that. We've got some loaded fleets out wide there.
Sylvia, be coming off the Valero dock. You cross the river, going into up St. Louis.
I hate the bar there. I'll just set that temporarily. I hate the handrail, y'all. I hate the handrail. Somebody wants to know how we take on fuel. About once a week to every week or so, just depending on which way we're going and how much we burn. But week and a half. Did I ever venture out? No, I don't run intercoastal. I've been down to mile 13 on Southwest Pass. 13 miles past the end of the Mississippi down past Venice. Stone Strait.
Hey, Cap, we got a change of our orders. We got to top around right here, head back to Triangle. Just give you a heads up. Swing to that east bank and start turning around.
Who's this?
Debbie Owen right here in front of you.
Oh, okay. Which way are you going to spin?
Throwing my head to the east bank right now, so I'm about to start spinning that away.
Come by you on the one. No problem. Skip. Appreciate the call.
You go ahead. No problem.
Roger that.
Debbie Owen right here, Lucy Fleet, going to be stopping and top around heading northbound for Triangle Fleet with 6-pack. Debbie Owen.
Robert Taylor, be departed, CCP, West Bank, Fleet, get the way northbound, Robert Taylor.
That's, we're looking straight down in the bend there, that's LaPlace. So we wanna know where we're at. We're in LaPlace area, getting down, heading down LaPlace.
Southway North Rock ahead.
Let's see, we've got me and pilot, captain, cook, engineer, and 4 deck crew. Is that right? Yeah. Eight. So yeah, 8 of us. I guess that's right. Yeah, 8 of us on here. Yep, 8. We got an 8-person crew.
Anecdote to Liz Marie, Lisa Marie, Judge Coast Guard, Channel 60 on.
Give him a room. He's doing his tiring out there. As that boat ahead of us said he got order change, he's having to spin her around a little bit. I ain't got her swing, I got her swinging over there like a, he's got her spinning around. And order change, you gotta go back the other way.
This dredge will pop back up. See if it's on any test. I mean, let's keep it.
Steve Warden, LBH. Hey man, just give you a heads up, we're gonna be stopping down there to St. John's. Not sure if they're gonna have me down for it. Just give me a heads up.
Down route today, by Utah.
17.
17 down route. I'm going into the west bank, but see me floating up on one.
Alright, Kev, have a good day, thanks.
Yes, have a good one, thanks, down route.
Head bell, southbound and Jim should be headed down on 35. Head bell. Waller, how you doing? Come on, Walter. Coming up on 35. What you got in town? Some more from it. So y'all thing.
What's up, Jay? What's up, buddy?
Oh, Rabbit Tail's telling me straight out, be on the two for you.
See you on the tube. Let me see, I answer some questions. Let's see, someone somebody want to know we're around Vicksburg. No, we're LaPlace, Louisiana. I'm not sure, 645 MD, I don't know what these MDs are. I know they're a little over 3,000 horsepower each. Have you ever tried gimbal mount on the windows? I've had gimbal, I've had every kind, yes. That's a short answer, yes.
Stations, United States Coast Guard, Sector New Orleans, Louisiana. United States Coast Guard, Sector New Orleans, Louisiana. First welcome advisory, Count Alpha, frequency 157.
No. Somebody wants to know if it's, question please, with the water levels low as they are, is navigating the river comparable? Is navigating the river comparable to when, say, a 4-lane highway narrows to 1 lane due to construction, wreck, etc.? Just trying for perspective. No, it's absolutely not. Anytime I'm comparing it to trucks, driving a truck, it's nothing like it. We're hauling cargo, they're hauling cargo. That's where that ends. It's nothing like anything. It's almost like trying to compare the work schedule to working on an oil rig just because you're gone. It's not. It's a different, no. Other than trucks haul stuff and we haul stuff, that's where the similarities end. Yeah, it is shaky. Moving it around a lot. That's beneficial when I'm trying to show something, but really I was just looking around. Oh man, yeah.
Mary Parker, northbound, comes up on College Point. Mary Parker.
It's fixing to be shortly 0 bananas. Well, no, I take it back. We got 3 of them over there, so we're gonna go from 3 over on one corner, 1 on top of the microwave. I'm taking care of 1 on top of the microwave. No banana. Yeah, we've got a logbook right here. The electronic logbooks. That's our logbook. If I need to do stuff, we're doing something, I pull it up, tells what we're doing, tells, and then we log it in what we're doing.
So, yeah, everything's kind of, that's our northbound, how our northbound's gonna look. I didn't look at that. That's, alright. But see, that's how we are drops. That's how we look now. And we drop all but that one at Azalea. Yep, that's our log. How we log. This is, man, that sandbar over there. That sandbar in a Laplace fleet is a trip looking. That is a trip. And the water just looks so green. Instead of brown like it usually looks, it looks just so green looking. Yeah, I do get bad with the cameras during the live streams. I really do. That criticism is valid for sure. I gotta set it down.
Excellent.
There's a, you can see down in the bend down here, that's well, yeah, that Waterford Energy, that Waterford plant, nuclear power plant down there. And it's a different one. I don't know. It doesn't have a cooling tower like the ones at Grand Gulf. It's a different setup, I guess. Or obviously. But, yeah. Your thoughts on the ocean water creeping its way over the Mississippi? Yeah, saltwater intrusion's happening. Sounds straight.
Yes, sir, I'm all down to Web 35. Coming on through and stuff.
I'm coming on through.
Cross over again, 220 there.
Yeah, this is a Waller, you say?
Yes, sir, wow, just above 35.
Two whistle.
Again?
Anyway, yeah, this saltwater intrusion where it's making its way towards the bottom, creeping up. I mean, what are my thoughts on it? It's intriguing, a problem. Yeah, I don't really think much about it. It's one of those things I don't have any control over, so I don't put too much thought in it. I mean, I saw it, but I don't, It's not anything I sit and dwell on. I've got y'all, I got over 30 days in, so I have been a little bit snappy. And I'm sitting here reading that's where I guess, I woke up earlier and I can't remember what it was, but I snapped off on somebody on the comments. And I reeled it back a little bit, but, it was kind of I don't know. I'll highlight and I'll point out ignorance if I see it, man. I will let you know that is some stupid shit. And, in the world we live in, I get that opportunity quite often. I'll call you on your bullshit. So, especially on my channel. When folks go to expressing their political views, you better watch your step, motherfuckers, because I will go off. That's what it was. That was exactly what it was. Somebody made assumptions about me in comments, and I straight up called some ignorant ass about something. And I read a fucking book. That was it. I told him to read a civics book. I was barely awake. I don't need to read comments before I've had coffee. Y'all think I'm sweet. I'm not. Man, I got my issues, y'all. That's my problems. I got that shit to deal with. Yeah, Toba, he was talking about Toba tonight, man. Zach, I think that video I made that video coming down through Baton Rouge, through the upper bridge. And y'all, I've got a couple of these. That's what I got. The one I'm using, this is the 13, that's the 14. I got a 15 coming. But yeah, Zach, this one with my Verizon was slow. I put it up in the window with I'm set up to where I can charge, but it took seriously it took every bit of 18 hours to upload that video, I think it was 18 hours.
Call Plane North Charlie Amity, she's all yours.
Thank you.
Y'all, I think, and that's the deal, somebody talking about getting off, I've got so much footage. The way I've been doing it now is, instead of I use a videotape stuff and then I'd go through and do the editing, and what would happen was it would get overwhelming with the amount of footage that I would have, and then I just really wouldn't upload it. And I've got terabytes of stuff that I've never uploaded. And so this time I got to where I know it's more raw. I don't edit out, and I know the live stream's a different thing. It's a different animal, and uploading the videos. And I know I'm just talking about BS with the channel, but there's just different advantages and disadvantages we have of doing things.
Roger, have a safe trip.
My videos aren't as polished, obviously, and as going through and editing and cutting out a lot of the zooming in, zooming out, crooked picturing, all that stuff, but it's just really not my style. I've kind of just become familiar with my style and try to do better. I do try to do better with the visuals, and the thing with the gimbals, and I always get the gimbal. It's just unnecessary. They're a hassle. That's all there is to it. I'm more. I need something quick. The ones that I've had, it's something else to deal with. Keep in charge.
I'm trying to thin. I've always been trying to, thin my travel back and forth to the boat, and instead of add to it. So yeah, it's just one of those things. I've decided this is the way I'm going to be. I try to improve a little bit as I can, but I don't really do the channel for. I mean, it all was started. I wasn't making anything off of it. It was all just for family and friends and for myself, and that's kind of still what it is. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy the folks that enjoy seeing this stuff, and but that all being said, I don't need the channel. It's just something that I kind of do. And if it becomes a task, if it starts becoming work, or if it starts becoming if I get twisted, I'll get upset because of some comments or something like that, then, man, I just quit. I just walk away from it for a while. I just let it go. But I've enjoyed this. We've got river levels, and it looks different. It's a foreign river. I've said that before. This river is not a normal river for us. So documenting it. So I've got this stuff documented. I kind of think it's neat. Anyway, that was that. That was a little rant. I have thought about incorporating I've got GoPro. I've had throughout my channel career, whatever. I've had every kind of. I've got stuff that's uploaded from videotape, actual VCR tapes that I'd recorded. So I've used about every format that you can think of, and cameras. I've been through them all. I've got a GoPro downstairs in my room. Actually, it's an older one that I was just seeing how good it was because I've looked into the new ones, and we'll see. So far, I'm really pretty much an Apple guy. I don't like getting outside of the Apple universe. Because of ease of use. That's kind of where I'm at. I've been in the Apple universe since I had a Macintosh when I first had basically I just used it for a word processor when I was going to school. When I was going to college to write papers, I had a Macintosh that I used, and since then I've been Apple. Back in the day when I was going to school, their Kinko's, that was how you could print stuff up. Everything in college was all Apple back then at Stillwater. And so that was how you kind of get into one thing or another and you're there. And I've been in the Apple universe. Well, you give me a subject, I'll run with it today, huh? That's the power plant. That Waterford, it's Energy Waterford, I think, or Waterford plant something. I've looked it up. I've Googled it before. But it looks like they've got some construction. What's going on over there? I guess that's part of it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure where that building there is. I guess it's been there. It's just that, I'll tell you what, I've noticed it coming down this time. I've noticed stuff on the banks that that obviously has been there for a long time that I hadn't noticed, because you're just seeing things that get your attention because the river looks so different. And so I've noticed a lot of stuff that I have not noticed. And then me and Zach was talking about, or mentioned that there's been a lot of construction on the riverbanks. Upriver, you notice, like hunting cabins and houses type deals, I guess. Dwellings of some sort. Anyway. If it seems boring, that means it's a good watch, y'all. We like boring out here. We like boring. Somebody says hypothetical, was it? Hypothetically, you're headed down above Port Madison and you receive notice the bridge is jammed. How much distance would you need to stop? I would need more information, number one. What size of boat, what kind of tow, how fast I'm going, all that. But say a loaded 15 barge tow, and that also would matter if it's running water or not. But if it was just say dead, slack, full water, I don't know. I mean, in an emergency situation, back and full astern. I mean, I'm just figuring, depending on what boat, I was going to say quarter mile, but really probably a half a mile. You could, yeah. I wouldn't really want to test that, to be honest with you. Yeah, I wouldn't want to test that. But there's a lot of factors that could really make a huge difference on that. But just, I guess, a standard answer, I'll say a half a mile. It'll be the bare minimal. And that may not be enough if they're running water, that would be iffy if it's running water. So, I think that'd be a fair answer, maybe.
GDS reads northbound here, giant fleet office, be coming on around 48 Mile Point, doing duty free.
See, now Tobo said, you want what? You want an actual answer or a Coast Guard answer? Man, I didn't realize there was two answers to that one, bud. Now you got me thinking. That may be wrong. Hold on. No, that's what, dude. Oh, somebody talking about Lee said, Apple drinking Kool-Aid too, still have a person generated, not bad. I jumped in, I've got my second iPad, I got the 11 Pro, whatever. It was not cheap. I got it downstairs, and my wife bought it for me this last time home. I really do like it though. I got it for editing, y'all, but so far all I've done is sit and watch YouTube videos. I got the powerful chip and all that, so I can edit. I got the powerful iPad with the big, whatever, the ZXY chip, whatever they got the L in it, but it's not it's a little computer.
Number 4, work channel 77 with tow.
It's got legit a computing power, but I've yet to use the computing power, which kind of, so far, we'll see. Does it take twice? The fuel going up is down, pretty much, if not more.
Yeah, kind of Judy, please. Judy, come on. Yeah, you gonna run down that one? Yeah, see you on the one.
Zach, what do you use to shoot your footage with, man? Your footage is so clean. Your edit, I don't know if you do it post or what, but your stuff looks really, really polished, really nice, Zach. I love your videos, man. But I didn't know if you're shooting with a camera or if you're shooting with a phone or what you got.
stay over on this east bank, trying to stay out of the wind as much as possible. Yeah, Roger, be on the one for you. All right.
Yeah, you're right about Zach. The towboater's talking about lawyers involved, and that answer, you know, that would be a post. Now I'm giving an answer before the accident, you know, just and asking. Now afterwards, yeah, they could twist your words in so many different ways, and yeah. But,
Yeah, we got one of those northbound right here, Lucy Lake.
and that's the thing too, just being able to.
Hitting the hill right here, triangle.
I know guys that understand what they're supposed to do and do everything right, but I've heard them explain what they're doing, and it doesn't sound, you know, right. And I'm sure that comes up on, you know, when I'm doing my videos sometimes. But as far as the Coast Guard, man, they're my buddies. They are my buddies. I know I got some guys on there watch my channel and stuff, and really I do. The petty officers and all the, you know, folks like that are they're genuinely usually curious folks, and genuinely usually pretty good. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Yeah, you're right, Zach. Okay. Well, you're using the same stuff I'm using. Your stuff will definitely, your editing and your, I'm gonna have to step my game up, Zach. You done it now, bud. We're gonna have beef. We need to have, Zach, you need to have YouTube beef. We need to do like a YouTube beef deal. We need to come up with something, man. We gotta come up with something. We're gonna have some beef. Draw everybody to the channels, man. We both benefit from it. I've seen them, trust me, man, I've seen them young influencers. We gotta do this. Call me a turd head or something. I'm gonna throw a rock at you when we go past the next time. When we get something started, we'll stir something up. Yeah, I can already see it on Entertainment Tonight. The beef between Mark Twain and the towboater. The towboater supposedly threw a rock at. Yeah, we get it. He cut me off in a pen. That's what it is. That's what it was. That's what we'll do, Zach. One of us is going to make the other one hold up. Unnecessarily hold the other one up. That's what it is. Making Ingram lose millions of dollars because I'm going to hold you up. We'll get some beef going on there. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Oh my gosh. That could be fun, Zach, but I ain't that one. I can't be fake shitty. I'm too good at being like real shitty. Being fake shitty's not in me. I'm not that good an actor. Yeah, somebody says, Captain Click, the middle 40, yeah, it was cooler. I noticed this morning after midnight, it was definitely cooler. I look at the calendar and I forget it's the middle of October, you know? I gotta get in that mindset. It was still summertime back home. Wasn't going to the pool when I left about the boat, and it's gonna be, end of October now. Well, 23rd. So yeah, it's that time of year. You get me I get it going around. I'm sitting there saying, these live streams, the hardest thing for me to do is not go off on a rant on something. But that power plant in front of us, that's the future to me right there. Nuclear power. If it was up to me, man, I'd have those things. I'd be start building 100 of them right now. Start building 100 of them. And just, don't build them in fault zones. Build them out in the desert, man, and then just run the wires to them. That's what we ought to do. Southwest Oklahoma, I got some land where we can actually put one, or my son does. But yeah, I'm all about it with the nuclear power. But talk about energy, the nuclear power. You get, now here we go. I'm going to get off on a rant now. You got to mine the uranium. You got to enrich your uranium and all that. And to me, that seems like, you're mining for oil. That's kind of like an equal footing to a fossil fuel. I know that the carbon release and stuff is a totally different game, but what I'm getting is it's a finite material. I would assume. I don't know how many millions of years it would take to run out, but anyway, I'm gonna hush. I'm gonna start showing ignorance real quick. But I'm definitely a fan of wind and solar. I'm a huge fan, especially the efficiency and the technology that's advancing with it. And a lot of folks I get it. I mean, there are downsides to it, but what a lot of people don't realize is they're arguing about technology that was 10 years ago. We've got new technology as far as the battery technology and stuff, and it's developing all the time, but that's where the future is, man. That's where it's at. I tell you what, I'm going to do exactly like I was saying. I'm just sitting here looking at the point. I'm looking at other stuff. We got the light toe, but I was jacking up on that point. That would be normally how we would come around this turn, but I was sitting there looking. I was like, man, we ain't falling. Now I got her seat, but look, I'm having to steer down to get her back down. Nothing drastic. It just was kind of funny. I was kind of pulling up on that point like I was going to steer around it normally, but it's so dead slack down here. It's lake water. It's like riding on rails. That's the best way to describe it. You're just wherever you point is where you're going to go. It's kind of crazy. Sorry, dude. Sorry, Alva Romeo. I disagree with you, buddy. We will have to disagree. On the power deal, we'll just have to disagree. I'm not gonna get shitty, although I tend to go that way. It is, man. The water. You talk about, look, it's stirring up a little mud. I guess no, that was just there's bubbles in the water. That's all it was. It's so green looking. The water just looks so different. It acts different, looks different, everything's different about it down here. That's a lot of it. I want to catch as much footage as, we can see this in the future, see what, when the water comes up and get a comparison. We'd be coming around Bonnet, Carre. This spillway's right around here. Get a good look at the spillway. When it's dry, there ain't no spillway action happening today.
There, leak in the water. Water. Everything's gonna work great. Oh yeah.
It's pretty, it really is pretty, y'all. Yeah, Alfa Romeo 15. All right, bud. Difference is, what kind of college education you got? That's what I need to know. I've got an idea of what your education background is, but I'd like clarification on that, bud. But yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm ignorant as hell on probably about 90% of the stuff that I talk about. So I'm willing to say that. But yeah. I mean, when I get to rant on stuff, if it's not something dealing with my industry that I specifically know about, then I'm like everybody else. I was a third-year engineering student at Oklahoma State, though, y'all. Come on, man. I'm not completely ignorant.
.161 is letting go last lines at Valero Dock 4, preparing to turn south, working channel 77 with tugs. 161.
At Bill 161.
161, station calling.
Yeah, and mail back. South of mine here. Right around the same road, straight to the water. Give you a few minutes. You get out there.
I still got a couple lines to let go. Just keep coming. If you don't mind, just run down the west bank, and as you get close, I'll start to come off the dock. But I think you'll be past me by the time I'm ready. All right. All right. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. 161, please, then. Okay, we'll just get to this way, right? Just don't let that anything get us. All right, I appreciate it. I'll be on 77 County.
GD is free, or like it's going yeah, coming up this meeting, I'll be on the
As they coming around the turn, oh man, they're out there wide. Their ships. The one to carry Spillway. Signals stay pretty consistent. I was worried about signal a little bit.
And then tonight they can put it on the boats when the docks are clear. Come on.
That was that?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Was it? I don't, it's not my deal, it's the captain's watch, you need to get with him. 5 o'clock.
11 o'clock. Both. All right, thank you, sir.
And Bell played that.
That's all. That's Bonnet, Carre, Spillway, Shell, Norco. Yeah, check it.
All right, fellas, let's get after it. And yeah, that was 15 minutes.
See, we're coming by the spillway now. See, zoom out. I'll zoom out, zoom out. See, here's a spillway right here. That's the Bonnet Carré Spillway. That's Lake Pontchartrain. See, it feeds into Lake Pontchartrain. Right there, that's a Bonnet Carré Spillway. Right there. Nothing's spilling through the spillway today. But, yeah. I don't know what it is. Might be a grain, yeah. It looks like it's probably a grain. Well, actually, I don't know now I say that. Because it's all the petroleum stuff down there. I don't know what that thing holds. But the water just is really, it's got a green blue tint, but more of a green tint to it. It just looks crazy. Usually it's definitely got a more brown tint to it. Folks over the spillway. That, it's hard for me to zoom and keep it steady. That's where the gimbal would help. I know, y'all gonna tell me. I know it would. See, there's a ship out there. There's one on the other side of him too. Look, there's, I think there's one, two of them there maybe. Sorry about that. My camera skills suck today, y'all. That's when it's a problem. When I zoom and it's all unsteady, I get it, man. That stuff, if I wasn't live streaming, I definitely would edit out. I apologize. Yeah, what was the comment? Somebody was ripping on me pretty good. It was a good one. I screenshot it. But I definitely wouldn't know Martin Scorsese or something. Or maybe I said that. I can't remember. It was ripping on my camera. The live stream, man, I'm sorry, y'all. It's really hard. It doesn't have the camera stabilization on the iPhone. Doesn't work. I've been through the settings. I can't find it. Doesn't work. Sorry. So every little bobble is noticeable. Trying to zoom in, try to hold it steady, but so you can see what that is on the spillway. I know, it sucks. Light venture.
They're parking northbound here, don't you think?
Yeah, y'all, I'll keep it going. The signal's issue. So far, I hadn't had an issue with the signal, but it can become the signal sometimes can become an issue with the signal, but I'm trying not to. I see a plane. I thought I saw a plane. Oh, yeah, airplane. I can't see it on here. There it is. I think that's an airplane. Definitely can't zoom it in on an airplane very good, y'all. See where that babble is from. Moldova or looks like it might be a Chinese. There's a red flag with some red flag with yellow on it. I can't see. Singapore maybe.
Starlink to that thing. Cross over in front of here, Skip. Roger, make sure.
Hong Kong. That's right. Got him. Kenny. I don't know what he's hauling. I mean, he might be able to haul anything he wants, but I think it might be dry cargo. I'm assuming. I don't know, y'all. I really have no idea. And I would assume that would be liquid cargo.
C4 is going to be stopping and topping right here at St. John's Fleet, going in on the east bank, tier number 3, the C4.
Here's Spillway. Yeah, I'm zooming in and out a bit much now, y'all. I know that's distracting.
What you guys doing today, sir?
See where this one's from.
I can't see that one yet. Maduro, that's one of those countries that's basically a tax haven or shipping tax haven type deal. Moldova and then Maduro. I don't know. It's kind of a. Yeah, I'm trying to hold it steady where it gets the wording.
161 is southbound, just turn on Valero, 161.
It's spelled. I don't know. Let me pull it up here. Destination. It's a tanker.
Come on, you got the Louise.
Marshall Islands. Republic of the Marshall Islands. Yeah. What I thought. It's a based out of the Marshall Islands or Major. They call what is it spelled out? I remember looking it up one time. It's spelled. Hold on. Majuro, Majuro, and it's Marshall Islands. That's what it was. I remember looking that up one time. Based out of the Marshall Islands, but it's like these shipping tax havens where these companies or people or whatever own these ships. They get them registered in these countries that have real favorable. I don't know, regulations, taxing, whatever, I guess. It's cheaper. How's that?
We all going, Cap. Thanks a lot. See you later.
Thank you, great job.
See, when the wind's blowing, that's the way those ships are facing that. Wind's got them. The wind, instead of the current controlling where they got fire over there. They got fire. It looks like it's on the other side. It's not there at that power plant. That's something, grass burning or, I don't know, cane field. I don't know if it's that time of year yet. Are they burning cane fields down here yet? I don't know. It's kind of quiet down here today. Earlier it wasn't, and it was a little busy up there, reserve, and then now it's kind of nice and quiet. Be coming by Bayou Fleet here shortly. Be looking down at Lula and all that good stuff. But it's a nice day out, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm not zooming in, just not worth doing. That's all Shell Norco, all that stuff. Shell Refinery.
Down around this boat coming in from Shipyard. I'm about to blow that two cats, just blowing it down. We got some.
That's the pump, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't think there's a ferry there in Luland anymore. Not that I know. Well, since the bridge, obviously, I guess they have a ferry there anymore. Man, I just if it does the stabilization, I zoom in, but every time I do it, it's a little too shaky. Will I do it again? Probably so.
On this side of Mount Barnes.
Stand B. Due to climate change, Majuro is becoming uninhabitable. Thousands have left the island, and many have relocated to Springdale, Arkansas. Is that for real? I really don't. That's, I guess, the Springdale, Arkansas. And now as you say that, that might be a real thing. I don't know. See, man, that's one of those things that sounds crazy enough. It's probably true. I don't, for real? Come on, man. Yeah, I remember the Vive. I remember Vive. I can't remember where Vive is. Ohio. It's up on Ohio somewhere. I've heard of it. Somebody talked about the ferry at Vive. That name's familiar, but I'm drawing blanks on Ohio River locations right now, y'all. Vive, man, where is that, y'all? Indiana, okay. Vive, Indiana. Is that like by Troy area, by Cannleton Lock area, somewhere around in there, maybe? Around Troy. That was where my buddy
161 Blake
Superfoot had the.
Hey, I'll overtake you on the one before we get to St. Rose Point.
The water ski. He had a castle there. He was on my. I had him on my Facebook. He was. I used to get videos when I go through there. He had that castle there above Cannleton. Oh, I got you over in Marshall, Madison area. I got you. And Stan, you up there working for Tyson. See, man, I knew that was crazy enough sounding. It was probably true. I got you, Alfa Romeo. That was there down there about where the bridge is. I'm assuming that's probably where it was. That a ferry. There's a lot. They used to have that. I remember a reserve ferry. I don't think they operate that reserve ferry anymore. And I don't know when that Luland Bridge was built. That was before my time, but I could imagine they probably have been ferry location. The Marshall Islands working for Tyson Chicken one gets me. That one gets me right there. I don't. There must have been a connection somewhere. I'd like to know where that connection came from to get a Marshall Island folks that are dealing with needing a place to move and live and relocating to Springdale, Arkansas. Arkansas is a trip, y'all. That's all there is to it, man. I run that Arkansas River and around Little Rock area, and so around Little Rock on that Arkansas River. There's some homes on that Arkansas River that will put homes anywhere else I've ever run, up to Ohio, anywhere, we'll put them to shame. There are some rich people living on the river in Arkansas. How's that? There's some fancy houses. It looked like I thought it was like a golf resort, like a resort type deal. I mean, with the land layout and no, man, they're homes. They're homes. Get your 10. I got it. Zach. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's gonna come out. Like
Southbound traffic coming down through the bridge.
Ti-
Let you know there's a catfishing boat out there anchored in the water. About 400 foot off that right percentage shore at the down below the bridge.
Boy, we'll keep an eye on that. We'll be a little bit before we get down there, but they got a fisherman down there.
Georgia, Station of the United States Coast Guard, Sector New Orleans, Louisiana.
You said?
Coast Guard, Sector New Orleans, Louisiana, for a small traffic advisory, channel 2 Alpha, frequency 157, channel 1 megahertz. Out.
Best advice for a fresh pilot. Man, I always think about that. So I would say, really, to be honest, man, you know, just your physical health. Guys get off deck and they come in the wheelhouse and they think they got, you know, I did. I mean, you see it as a common thing. They get out of shape real quick, come off deck and you come out. Like I said, I did the same thing. Riding a boat, we fed, we ate good downstairs, just eat. But when you're working deck, you go work that stuff off. I mean, it's work out there. Them guys will work it off. But yeah, you go to the wheelhouse. You watch what you eat. Advice on being a young pilot really don't have anything to do with driving a boat. It would be eating right and sleeping right. Your sleep schedule. To me, I would think that would be the most important thing to helping you become a good pilot is being able to get your rest, and that's key. Because being well rested is, I mean, I think that would probably, what improved my piloting abilities the most is when I started getting my understanding my body and getting my sleep schedule under control. Specifically, days of getting on a boat or swapping watches, being able to handle that without, and I'll pull over and stop. I don't care what a port captain says. I don't care what anybody says. And it should happen. I will pull over and stop if I'm too tired. I don't care if it's because I've stayed up late in my own doing and I didn't get to sleep. Whatever it is, pull the boat over if you're too tired, man. It's a lot easier to deal with the delay or deal with the lost time. Dealing with that lost time is so much easier to deal with than dealing with an accident because you didn't get enough sleep. And that's coming from a person that fell asleep at the sticks back in 2003. So it happens. It happens more than anybody wants to know about, more than anybody reports. It's mine was reported as that. I never lied about it, told the Coast Guard everything, but it went unreported. I mean, and it was stifled. And it frustrates me. It really, to this day, that frustrates me. Because I didn't lie. I told the truth, and nobody liked that. They would have preferred me not, talk about sleep. But sleep issues are probably. I mean, that's really to a young pilot. I would say that get your sleep under control and stay physically active.
Just Captain Power, Captain Power, to ship on Bonnet.
Y'all talking fishing. Y'all talking about fishing over there. I looked at the chat. I thought it was going to be some questions about something. Y'all got y'all's own little side combo going on about the Licking River or some bullshit. That's up in Cincinnati, I think, isn't it? It's up on that Ohio somewhere. Yeah, Cincy, okay. I got it. And I've said, people have asked me what the prettiest city front, and Cincinnati, man, hands down. I love that area up there. But I've said it before, in the morning, like on a front watch at sunrise, because you get the sun, at your back coming up and starting to illuminate all the bridges. But a sunrise, Cincinnati sunrise, southbound, is really a sight to behold. It really is a sight to behold. Nighttime running, it just looks neat, man. You got the Great American Ballpark you got over there, and it just looks neat. I remember when I was decking,
and we would come through there, and I'd be out on tow looking at the bridge, looking at stuff, and it just looked, it didn't look real. It just looked like a Disneyland type thing almost. I don't know. It just looked crazy to me. It was so neat, you know. And all these cities have their nuances. I love, you know. Of course, we'll be down there later, the French Quarter, New Orleans. I've got a lot of feelings, and I don't know, man. That's a French Quarter. Is just, I went to school my senior year in Thibodaux for a majority of it, so I have friends down here, friends that are, you know, dear to me, and kind of like these coon asses, y'all. They pretty good folk down here, and they can damn well cook. Yeah, I fit in good.
161 Anecdote.
I still remember going to my high school when I went to school at Thibodaux, and
I'm gonna catch you before St. Rose Point.
everybody making fun of the way I talked with my Oklahoma drawl, and I was like, man, well, y'all don't even know. Y'all don't realize how funny y'all sound. Y'all just don't know.
I appreciate it.
They got a kick out of the way I talk with my Oklahoma drawl, and I still remember thinking it was crazy that I could barely understand what my English teacher was saying because she had such a thick coon-ass accent. I think she would slip into French now and again. But I really do. I really do love the people down here, man. They're a different breed for sure, but as good as they get. They crazy coon asses down here. As good as they get. That's the thing about it, man. I've been really fortunate to work up and down, you know, the Ohio, the upper, and all that. And you see the differences. You see the differences, the people, the way they do things, and all that. And it's not really a whole lot different. We're all really pretty much the same folk, man. You know, there's just obviously little nuances that, man, you know, the way you sound, talking, words, terminology, stuff like that. That's probably one of the bigger things. Boots, you know. I don't have a pair of white boots. I don't see those as much as we used to down here. Used to, we would see those white boots all the time. You'd see those white boots, but to be honest, it's been a while since I've seen guys in the fleets with them things. They look like they'd be uncomfortable. Got me rattling. What'd you say? Let me see. Oh, what? Zach, your wife's from Thibodaux? All right, Zach. We're going to talk, Zach. That's all there is to it, bud. I didn't know you was from down here. And your wife from Thibodaux. I did check out your Facebook, and now that I'm remembering, a very pretty lady. A very pretty lady. You're a fortunate man. But I didn't know she was a Thibodaux girl. I was there in '88, Zach. Or it would have been fall of '87, spring of '88 at Thibodaux High. That would have been when I was there. What's that line in the water? I'm trying to see. What line are we looking at? That's just right up there. That's just shadow, clouds. That's just clouds. That's all it is, just shadow. I know she's pretty young, Zach. I know you're a young fella. You're probably closer to my son's age. How did I end up in Thibodaux? A misunderstanding of my parents, I guess. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with that. Because they thought they could send me from. I was in a little bitty town. I told you, a little country town in southwest Oklahoma that we were an hour drive to the closest McDonald's. In other words, we're out in the middle of nowhere. not a whole lot going on. They moved Thibodaux side to get me out of trouble. So I moved 45 minutes from, I still to this day, that's one that cracks me up is they moved me 45 minutes from the French Quarter and think it's going to, I'm going to straighten me out. Run with a better crowd. I don't know. It actually did. It was some good folks down here, but I learned a lot. This was, y'all, I'll date this. When I was going to the French Quarter, my first trips to the French Quarter, that era was when ecstasy, MDMA, was not illegal yet. It had not been classified as illegal. It was not classified as anything. It was just, you could get it. You could get it from these bars down here. Now, I was 17, 18 when I lived down here, but, I knew folks. And, that's the time of, that's when that was. And New Orleans was kind of a hotbed for the good MDMA back in, the good ecstasy back in the day. From what I've heard, that was just from what those crazy folks I ran with used to tell me. Yeah, the MDMA, that was a real deal. You could go into the bars down the French Quarter, and it was like $5 a tab. It was less than that. It was like, because that was the deal. I remember when I was probably first year of college, I was going to school at community college first semester in Aldous, Oklahoma. And I remember a girl was dating a guy from Dallas and got a bunch of MDMA, got a bunch of ecstasy, and they knew that I knew about it a little bit, and so they were asking me about pricing, and they were getting it for like $25 a hit back then. It jumped. Yeah, let's talk about ecstasy. Yeah, it was crazy times, Zach. Crazy. My German teacher and her daughter took me to the French Quarter on a school trip on a weekend, and I've stayed in touch with her. She still lives in Thibodaux, Jean-Sous. You good for him. There's a Bayou Fleet's office. That's the coolest office. They've got the upper structure, the cruise structure and wheelhouse of a towboat is there.
I bet they're questioning that decision right now.
That's their office. That's the fleet office. And I've sat there when I worked at Satoon. When I worked at Satoon, we'd sit there in that fleet. We was on that cross channel running stuff from here to Shell Dock down there, Southwest Pass. Least favorite part of running south of Baton Rouge? I really don't. I like it down here. I mean, the least favorite part is the radio's constant. It gets busy. Sometimes you get out of here and you like the quiet, like when we get up above Baton Rouge, swap back to 13. I like the quiet, the solitude. It gets a little old, but it's not. I mean, as far as now, I'd prefer there's water down here. We got ship channels to run in. We're not worried about running aground and stuff. So, yeah, it's to me, I don't mind it down here. I can kill a week or so down here too. So, Bayou's fleet office, that is so cool. It's some pretty good chicken down the road there. There's a pretty good little chicken joint. I think it was a convenience store maybe, sold some chicken. Yeah, I've sat there for weeks at a time when I was tripping over at Satoon. They'd stick me on a boat here and just chill. I'm just rolling over here closing it. I'm sightseeing today, y'all. I'm sightseeing. Rolling over here by the office. I was trying to get a closer look, man. Usually be running out in the middle a little bit more. Yeah, that's just that. I've always thought that was so cool. By your fleet office. Yeah, we fixed to come by the shipyard where I was last trip. We had this girl. We sat there for a week. There's the shipyard right there. Palmville.
Guys, I got what is out? I'm going over there by
Losing the bridge down
inside
there.
these ships. So you mind keeping an eye?
Two whistles, buddy. Go.
Been kind of quiet. Being kind of quiet. But yeah, that's where we sat, that shipyard right there, because I was looking back up this way towards the refineries and stuff at nighttime, I remember. Mount Vernon. Got a buddy, Charlie Harrington, that rides over there at Marathon. I don't know what boat he's on, but I think he rides that up in Ohio. Yeah, I saw Charlie. Saw pictures of him, and he turned into a gray hair old man. He was like a young pilot last time I saw him. What happened, y'all? It's been a while since I've seen him too. But I saw pictures and he looked like Gandalf or something. He had long white hair. And I remember him, he was this young pilot. He was a young guy back when I first got to know him. Time and age happens, y'all. Sure. Let's see. Still straight, Tulane. Come in there, Tulane, please. Hey, Stone straight, Tulane, please. Hey, man, we got 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 7 barges for you. About an hour and a half out. I'm over here by you, please. So up Holmville Bar, coming down your way. Be down there about an hour and a half.
We all eat. Going down, get back in below the elevator, man. Get up below the elevator.
Sounds good. We'll be down in a little bit. I just got one to pull out of this. The rest of it's yours.
Below the elevator.
Sounds good.
Come back, Captain, one whistle.
We'll go down there and blow Grove on them. Back in. Yeah, hey, Zach, they can. It does have a deal on
Yeah,
it.
we can, please on it.
The only time I've tried to do it was me and Tim tried to do it on his podcast. We were trying to do it, and I didn't have signal, but it does have a. Yeah, I'll check it out, Zach. I'll get on there because I've got my phone. I thought about doing that. I've got this phone. I can do a little test run on it, but I think it sends a link when you set it up. It says on there for adding. It says new next to the deal. On the page when you're uploading, and I think it sends a link to the other person. Is the way I understand it. But I haven't done it yet. Like I say, me and Tim messed with it, but I didn't have good reception. That was a problem. It was really crappy signal where I was, and yeah. But yeah, I'm game for it. We can do that sometime. It's probably when a delay type deal when I'm setting stop somewhere. That'd be a lot. It'd be too much for me to. Hey man, this live streaming, there is a little bit of high wire act feel to it, something goes wrong or something like that. But at this point, man, I really do feel confident about what's going on. And anything, something happens, I just grab the camera and turn it off or something. But yeah. And I think I've done that actually. Been doing a live stream and something came, or got busy or something happened. Boat sunk. No, I hadn't had that. That was a Shipyard where was his last trip. Right there at Hollandville. We sat there for a week. I've got video. I've got footage still that I haven't uploaded from that trip, from last trip. That I probably never will, in all honesty. But I might go through some of the old footage and upload some of that up, because I actually have some pretty neat stuff that I've been wanting to get up. So, well then. I'll look into it, Zach. I'll look into it. I've got I don't know how much more live stream we're gonna do. I got some calls we're gonna make. Yeah. The Marie, that's the boat. That was the last boat I rode over at Marquette, right there. That girl right there. That girl right there. That was the last boat I rode from Marquette. Captain Duckett's boat when I was over there. Captain Charles Duckett. He wasn't on. He got off. I relieved Canfield is who I relieved on there, and I'm trying to remember. Man, I wish I could remember that pilot was on there, or that he was actually captain. He was a front watch guy, but he was the upper guy. I can't remember, man. I really do wish I could remember that guy's name, because yeah, he was a good guy. Nothing bad. Well, that's about it. We'll be down there at the fleet in about an hour or so. Yeah, man, I really do. What boat am I on? The Stone Strait, coming down on 26 Mile Point. Be looking at the Lulam Ridge shortly. We'll be backing in down to down below Adium Gromar. We'll be dropping all but one of them there. So yeah. All right, y'all.